Hi, this is Mrs. Ashworth, and today I'm going to show you how to migrate your FUHSD Google Drive to your own personal accounts. So the first thing that we need to talk about is we need to talk about Google Drive and the Shared With Me folder. Because before you start the migration process, you need to remember the fact that documents that are shared with you will not migrate over with you. So if there are any documents that have been shared with you, I'm talking about projects that you have collaborated on, or videos, or anything that you have done work on with other students or with your friends, those are in Shared With Me because they're probably owned by your friends. Obviously, if they're owned by you, they will be in my drive. So if you go to Shared With Me, what you'll need to do is you'll need to distinguish any of these items that you want to keep. You won't be able to see them later unless you make copies of them. So say, for example, over here I have this Spring Into Reading request form that I want to make a copy of because I worked on it with Miss Logan. What I need to do is I need to select it, and then I need to make a copy of it. There's a button up here that says Add to My Drive. Adding something to your drive does not mean that it will stay in your drive. Unless you make a copy of it, the owner of this document, if she deletes it, it's going to just be deleted out of everywhere that she deletes it from, including your own drive. It's almost like she has a magic wand that she waved over your drive and she pulled it out of there. So what you need to do is remember to make copies of everything. So if you click on the three vertical dots here, you can make a copy, or if you're on the document and you right click, you can get to that same little pop-up. I'm going to click Make a Copy, and now it's going to be located in My Drive. I can click Locate, and here are all of the copies of the items that I have created. These are, again, projects, presentations, whatever documents that you have shared the collaborative efforts on, but that were owned by other people. Now they are owned by you, okay? And they are located in your drive. Now you can begin the migration process. And the first thing that you do is to create a new folder. You can either do it here or you can do it here. When you click on New Folder, you're going to title it. I'm going to call mine FUHSD Migration. Now I'm going to hit Create. Once I do that, I'm going to select the items that I want to go into this folder. It may be all of them, it may be some of them. For the purposes of this exercise, I'm only going to choose a few of them because it'll take less time to do the uploading and downloading that need to take place. So say, for example, I want this folder as well as this document right here. If I hit Control, I can select that specific document. Then I want all of these copies of things, so I go down to the end and I click Shift, and then I click the end item in the series. That will select all of those items in between that first one and that last one. And now I go down and check at the bottom, and I want this last untitled document. I don't even know what that is, but that's okay, and I hit Control again. So all of the items are selected that I want to go into that folder. Over here, if I click the arrow, all of my folders open up, and there's that FUHSD migration folder. You could also just grab them and drag them up to the correct folder that way. So either or, it's going to get to the same place. Alright, now what I need to do is I need to share this file with my personal account. If I right click on it, I'm going to click Share. At this point in time, if you're at home, you can download this folder to your hard drive on your home computer or your personal computer if you're at school. But otherwise, if you're at school, you'll want to share first. So then you're going to type in the address for your personal account and click the Done button. Then you're going to see this pop up that says, "Are you sure?" because you're moving all of these files into an organization that is outside of FUHSD. You click yes. And now when you open up your personal drive, when you're at home and you can save it to your personal computer, then you can go here, you can click your personal drive. And notice I'm scrolling down, I'm looking here, and I don't see anything. I don't see FUHSD, and that's because I'm in my drive. Remember that this is still shared with me, which means that you're not done with the process. Because if you think that just sharing that folder with your personal account is going to do any good, you're wrong. Because once the FUHSD account leaves, all of those documents that were shared with you will be gone as well. So I do need to do the next bit, which is to go into Shared With Me, and I need to locate, it looks like it hasn't gotten in here yet, so hang on a tick. Okay, it finally came in, so now there's that FUHSD migration thing. Notice, it's shared with Amy Ashworth, but this is my FUHSD persona rather than my personal persona. So that means that Amy Ashworth is still the owner of all of those documents. What I need to do at this point in time is I need to become the owner of all those documents. So you can do that in either of one of two ways. The first way is by just simply opening the file and every other file folder that you may have and making copies of all of them. So for these ones, these are all documents or presentations or pictures or whatever. If I just click on the first one and go down to the last one and hit Shift again and click on the last one, and now I hit right click, I can actually make copies of all of these documents and they will all go into my drive. However, if all I have in this is a lot of different file folders, remember what I showed you before, I can't make copies of file folders. So I'm either going to have to open every single one of these file folders, make copies of every single one of these documents, or I'm going to do something else, which is this. So I'm going to go into Shared With Me again, and I'm going to show you what I would do if I were you. And it's kind of convoluted, but bear with me. Right click and download the folder. When you download it, it may take some time, especially if you have a lot of files. But since I chose a few files, it shouldn't take too long. You may see some errors when you do the download. Over here it says that not all 39 files were zipped. It may be because I've been doing this over the course of the day to get the screencast right. So for you, you might see this. If you do, check out the errors to make sure that you are able to download everything that you want to download. Okay, so once I have that downloaded, I'm going to open it up. And now it's going to be a matter of locating it where I want it to be. So here I'm going to move it over into my Documents folder. Notice when I do that it says Copy to my Documents, which is fine. And this is going to take a while. It'll take you a lot longer if you have a lot more documents. Alright, so now it's in my documents. If I open this now, I can find it. So here it is right here. It's the one that I just created. Now, at this point in time, it's on my hard drive, which is fine, which is great if I'm at home and I'm on my own personal computer. But if I'm at school, now I need to upload that file into my personal Gmail account, into my personal Gmail drive. Or Google Drive, sorry. The best way to do this is actually to make a zip folder. And to do that, you right-click on the document, I'm sorry, the folder, and go to Send To and make a compressed folder. Sometimes it takes longer than others. I didn't have a lot of documents, so it should go pretty fast. Okay, so now in my documents library, I have this FUHSD migration. What I can do at this point in time is I can go into my personal drive, and now I can upload that folder by clicking New. Well, I have to go to my drive first. So I click New and do Folder Upload. And you go down to wherever it was that you had it. It was in my documents. I'm looking in the wrong place. I actually needed to go to New File Upload. Sorry about that. So now I go to Documents, and I go down to that FUHSD. I probably skipped it because I'm not paying attention. The FUHSD migration. I click on that, and then I click Open. It might take a while because it's a zip folder. And here I am in my drive, and here's my FUHSD migration zip. At this point in time, what I would do is I would open up the zip folder. If I click on it right now, it's going to show me the folder. I can actually open it up here with a zip extractor, and you guys will be able to do that without a hitch. So that's how to transfer your files. If you want to do Google Takeout, there are instructions that follow these. Good luck to you. If you have any questions, come see me in the library, or go online, because there's actually a lot of other good videos out there that show you how to do this. So good luck to you, and good luck, seniors, on your future.